My dog is territorial and also aggressive if we try to move him. How do we get him to be calm and easier to control?
It's not such a bad thing for the dog to be territorial. One thing that we do with territorial dogs, if we're needing them to be territorial but to also listen, is we do long leash training. The dog will, run out to the fence. We have a 15-foot line on the dog with a training collar on there. It could be a slip collar, could be a slip leash, maybe a remote collar. And so the dog goes out there and they hear their name, and then we put some pressure on the line and ask them to come back. But if your dog is becoming aggressive when you're trying to ask them to move, well, this is where they've lost some privileges in their home. If your dog is treating you poorly, and like very poorly, by becoming aggressive with you, then you really got to look deep at yourself first and say, like, what am I doing that's fostering this kind of attitude towards me? Okay, and unfortunately, if you continue to go soft at the dog, if you continue to become softer and try to love them and cuddle them more, the more that they're probably going to begin to dominate you. Now, that's not every dog, but there's a subset of dogs out there that if you become real lovey-dovey with them and you're being real soft with them, and that they see your softness, they will take it for weakness. I'm not saying being kind to animals and being loving to them is a weakness, but if that's that dog's perception, then you've got to deal with that. Okay, getting a leash on them, getting a muzzle on them. Okay, and that could be pretty challenging. If it's really challenging, if it's really very challenging for you and you're afraid, then you need to call a professional to come in, like myself, and we will help you to be able to get started. So the way that I kind of look at it is that, people hand me their really difficult dogs, and it's like a jar with a really tight lid. And then what I have to do is I have a technique to be able to begin to loosen that lid, and then I pass the jar over to you. So if you're really struggling with a difficult dog and you don't know where to go, get a pro in there, get somebody that has a lot of experience and that you like what you see on their platforms, on their website, on their YouTube channel, their Facebook, their Twitter, any of those things that we use to market ourselves. Make sure you can see the type of work that they're doing, but get a pro in there, get them to begin to show you and give you some direction about what you need to be doing with the dog, and then get to work. But if you're continuing to be soft with your dog, and when your dog is being aggressive towards you, you got to quit being soft. You got to do a little bit of soul searching and say, like, hey, what can I do to make this better? It's not, and the loving thing there is to begin to create rules and create boundaries so the dog can learn that you are to be respected, and out of that respect, you can establish a new relationship that is a truly loving and healthy and harmonious relationship, because that's really what we all need and we all want with our pet dogs.